Why am I the only one struggling like this? Have you ever felt that way? You work just as hard as everyone else, yet nothing seems to go right for you. You try to live with honesty and care, and still, somehow, problems seem to follow only you. Other people look like they're doing just fine, happy even. So why is it always me? Late at night, when you're alone, those thoughts circle and circle. No answer comes. You just feel yourself growing quietly, slowly more exhausted. One day, a young man came to visit the Buddha. His name was Suba, the son of a wealthy merchant. He was well-dressed, well-fed, with no shortage of comfort in his life. And yet, there was a deep shadow behind his eyes. "Teacher," Suba said, "there is something I must ask you. Why is it that people are born the same, as human beings, and yet live such completely different lives? Some live long, others die young. Some are healthy, others suffer with illness. Some are surrounded by abundance, while others can barely survive. How can this be?" The Buddha looked at him quietly, then he answered, "Suba, every being carries their own karma, the accumulation of past thoughts, words, and actions. Each person receives what they have in some way planted. Long life or short life, health or illness, abundance or poverty, all of these are deeply connected to what a person once thought, once said, once did." Suba listened in silence. The Buddha continued, "Those who are careless with the lives of others tend toward short lives. Those who cherished and protected life tend toward long ones. Those who cause pain to others tend to experience sickness. Those who ease the suffering of others tend to find health. Those who hoarded and withheld tend to know poverty. Those who gave freely tend to know abundance." After a long silence, Suba asked, "Then teacher, is the suffering I carry now also the result of my own past actions?" The Buddha nodded gently. "Yes, but listen carefully, Suba. Even if past karma has shaped your present, it is your karma right now, today, that is shaping your tomorrow. Karma can be changed. Starting from this very moment, you can plant new seeds." When he heard those words, for the first time a light returned to Suba's eyes. Suba rose from his seat and bowed deeply to the Buddha, understanding that the shadow he carried was not a prison, but a door he could choose to open. He left the monastery that day with empty hands but a full heart, already beginning to plant seeds of kindness in every person he encountered. And in the years that followed, those who knew him spoke not of a merchant's son, but of a man who had learned to turn his suffering into compassion for others. Let's sit with that word, karma, just a little longer. At its simplest, karma means the accumulation of actions, what we think, what we say, and what we do. These three together create karma, and in Buddhist teaching that karma produces results, not as punishment, but simply as natural consequence. You may have heard the phrase, "what goes around comes around." Karma is related to that idea, but the Buddhist teaching runs much deeper than reward and punishment. Karma is not a curse. It is not a sentence. It is simply a result. Think of it this way. If you move your body a little each day, after a few months, you start to feel lighter. If you neglect your health over time, your body eventually lets you know. Everyone understands this. The teaching of karma is the same, only it extends beyond the physical. It reaches into how we hold our hearts and how we treat the people around us. And here is one more layer the Buddha taught. Karma does not end with one lifetime. It carries forward, through rebirth, through the cycle of existence, what Buddhist teaching calls samsara, the turning wheel of life. The suffering you carry today may be woven from threads that stretch back much further than this single life. Pause. Hearing that, you might think, what does some distant past have to do with my life right now? And that is exactly the point. Because the teaching of karma is not asking you to give up. It is offering the opposite. It is saying you can change this, now. A seed planted grows. A kind word spoken today becomes something real. A moment of genuine care offered to another person, that is a new seed, taking root. The Buddha was clear. If suffering has a cause, then it can also have a turning point. That turning point is now. This is not a teaching meant to make you feel ashamed. So how does this ancient teaching speak to the life we're living today? Let me offer a few pictures. Imagine things at work just haven't been clicking. You've been putting in the effort, but results aren't showing. Your relationship with a manager feels awkward, somehow strained. Communication with a younger colleague keeps missing. And beneath it all, a quiet feeling that you're somehow on the outside, alone in it. When that happens, most of us go one of two ways. We blame our luck, or we blame ourselves. But the teaching of karma opens a third way of seeing. Something planted brought me here, so today, I'll plant something new. In practice, it might look like this. You remember a moment earlier in the day when you were a little cold toward someone, distracted, brief, dismissive. Instead of brushing it off, you go back. You reach out again, this time with care. That small shift is a new seed. Or perhaps you do something tiny for someone, a cup of tea left on a desk, a genuine question about how they're doing, a quiet thank you that you usually swallow. Each of these becomes something. Karma does not ask for grand gestures. It asks for honest ones. This reaches into family life too, into parenting. So many parents carry guilt after losing their temper with a child, but what matters more than the moment of anger is what comes after. When the storm is past and a parent can say softly, "I raised my voice too much earlier. I'm sorry." A child sees that. They hold it. That honest act of repair is also a seed, settling into the roots of the relationship. And to anyone who feels that time has run out, that they're too old, too set in their ways, too tired to begin again, the teaching of karma has something to say to you as well. There is no such thing as too late. Today, a single word spoken with warmth becomes a seed. At 80, at 90, the ground is always open. The past shaped today, but today is already shaping tomorrow. That has always been true. Before we close today, just one thing I want to leave with you. The suffering you're carrying right now has a reason. There is no pain in this world without a cause. And if that's true, then the way you live today also has meaning. Real meaning. Please don't be hard on yourself for where you are. Even if the past has shaped this moment, you are already here, listening, searching, wanting something to be different. That itself is a new seed, already taking root. Pause. When we're hurting, we almost always ask, why only me? That feeling is completely natural. But beyond that why, there's actually an answer waiting. The teaching of karma quietly opens the door to that answer. You stayed with this today. You let it in. That too is a seed. If something in what we shared today left even a small warmth in your heart, I'm truly glad. To you, the one sitting with something heavy right now, please try just one thing today. One small kindness, for yourself, for someone near you, or simply for this world you're part of. That one step is already reaching toward tomorrow. There was once a monk who carried stones in his robes for 40 years, believing each one was his punishment, until the day he set them down and realized they had simply become part of how he walked. Tomorrow, you may find that what feels unbearable today has already begun teaching you how to carry it with grace. And in that carrying, without even knowing it, you become a refuge for others who are learning the same.